Hey, what's up? I'm Tech Bro here. The MacBook Pro, specifically the M1 Pro or M1 Max 16-inch option, presents a real challenge to comparable Windows laptops. It's incredibly powerful, especially considering how remarkable the battery life is and how quiet the system stays under load. While no Windows laptops can currently emulate that exact profile of a system, that doesn't mean there aren't solid alternatives to the MacBook Pro. Their battery life may be weaker and they may get rather hot and loud, but in some cases, they offer stronger overall performance. If you want a premium, relatively portable powerhouse, but want to stay on the Windows side of the aisle, these are your best options. I'll start with several models from Lenovo. The lightest laptop in this selection is the 7th generation Lenovo Yoga 7i. As a classic representative of the line, this is a transformer with an excellent IPS touchscreen. Resolution 2560 by 1600 pixels and brightness 400 nits. Inside the 12th generation of Intel processors up to the i7-12700H. Interesting features: for speakers, a full HD webcam, a weight of 1.9 kilograms, and the ability to purchase a stylus. Well, an updated design with rounded ends. The top version with discrete graphics has a huge 99.9 Wh battery. The only weakness is discrete graphics. This is Intel Arc A370M. The next one to mention is the 3rd generation Lenovo ThinkBook 16P. Due to the layout of the ports, I have a suspicion that this is the most lightweight civilian version of Legion gaming laptops. This is a strict, with chopped edges, almost an office laptop. The screen specs are the same as the Yoga. The same 16 inches, IPS, resolution 2560 by 1600 pixels, brightness 400 nits. Added X-Rite Pantone factory calibration. The webcam has also been upgraded to Full HD. Inside, the most powerful AMD Ryzen processors up to the Ryzen 7 6800H. And the NVIDIA RTX 3060 is responsible for the graphics. Photographers and videographers will be pleased with the full-size card reader. It was finally tempting to add Legion's 16-inch gaming laptops to the list. But I decided to limit myself to the Lenovo Legion Slim 7i model. First of all, due to the fact that it is almost half a kilo lighter than Legion's 5 Pro and 7. On the one hand, this is a powerful gaming laptop with top-end hardware, i7-12700H and NVIDIA RTX 3070. Plus an excellent 16-inch IPS gaming display with resolution 2560 by 1600 pixels. 500 nits brightness, 165 Hz refresh rate and NVIDIA G-Sync support. On the other hand, 100% sRGB coverage, X-Rite Pantone factory calibrated. An additional bonus is a full-size card reader. It turned out to be a solid device for both games and work. It is impossible not to mention the company Asus, which actively popularizes OLED displays in laptops. And I'll start with the relatively affordable family of Asus VivoBook Pro 15 and 16 OLED models. Inside the latest processors from Intel and AMD up to i7-12700H and Ryzen 9 6900H, NVIDIA RTX 3050 graphics card. Displays are responsible for professional functionality. These are OLED panels with a resolution of 2880 by 1620 pixels for 15 inches and 3200 by 2000 pixels for 16 inches. 500 to 600 nits brightness, 120 Hz refresh rate, 100% DCI-P3 coverage and Pantone certified. If you need something even more powerful and professional, then don't miss the Asus ZenBook Pro 16X. The manufacturer has collected all the best in it. The raised keyboard immediately attracts attention. Due to this, a powerful hardware breathes much easier. Inside we have an Intel i9-12900H and a GeForce RTX 3060. The kit also includes an Asus dial, for microphones, 6 speakers, a full-size card reader, a large 96 Wh battery, and stylus support. And of course, a great 4K OLED display. 550 nits brightness, 100% DCI-P3 coverage and Pantone certified. The only drawback of the laptop is the weight of almost 2.5 kg. how about a little more power? Then we look towards the Asus Pro Art Studio Book 16. A pair of Intel i9-12900H and a top-end GeForce RTX 3080 Ti are installed here. Everything else is also included. Asus dial, full-size card reader, 90Wh capacity battery, and a 4K OLED display with all the features of the ZenBook Pro 16X. I would like to give one position of today's list to two models from the Asus ROG gaming series at once. These are Asus ROG Zephyrus M16 and Asus ROG Flow X16. Both, unlike the Strix series, look quite civilized. And due to powerful hardware and an excellent 16-inch display with a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels, they can be good workstations. Flow X16, of course, looks much more interesting compared to M16. Its main differences are a convertible case and a mini LED touchscreen with a crazy peak brightness of 1100 nits for perfect work with HDR content. I'll end today's video with a pair of MSI Creator Z16 and MSI Creator Pro Z16P laptops. Both have 12th Gen Intel processors up to the i9. Both have 16-inch touchscreen displays with a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels. And then there are the differences. The usual Z16 is simpler. It has an RTX 3060 graphics card, a display refresh rate of only 120 Hz, a card reader for microSD cards only. The more professional Z16P model has an RTX A5500 graphics card from the Professional series. There is support for a stylus, a display refresh rate of 165 Hz, and a full-size card reader. And finally,
one more thing.
Razer laptops are worth mentioning here. After all, they have been copying the design of classic MacBooks for years, including a solid aluminum body. In this case, the characteristics are not affected. Today we will talk about the Razer Blade 15 Advanced with OLED display. Inside the latest Intel processors and NVIDIA RTX 3070 Ti graphics card. The main thing here is a 15-inch QHD OLED display with a refresh rate of 240 Hz, 100% DCI-P3 coverage and factory calibration. On such a screen, you can already fully work with HDR video. There will be no conclusions. I wanted to show you some of the most interesting Windows laptops, which are not much worse, and sometimes even better than the notorious Apple MacBook Pro 16. If you decide that I undeservedly did not mention a laptop in this list, tell me about it in the comments under the video. That's been it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.